here at Gundam Planet, we're all about appropriate review attire, and so that's why I'm wearing my 3 wolf shirt to review Barbatos Lupus. If you didn't know, lupus is Latin for wolf. This has been Gundam Planet Education. Now we're going to review this model. I built the Barbatos high grade almost, probably not exactly, like very close to exactly a year ago. So call this a throwback because here we go. We got the A runner with very familiar parts. If you've built Barbatos, you will recognize the way that all of this looks, even though it is new, because the V-fin is different, the feet are different, it has these shoulder things, really like this. You can see right through these red parts, so that's not a sticker on the shoulder. Big deal, very important, very good. Stickers, which I didn't really like these on the original, but you know, they went on well enough. They look fine. You'll probably want to use Gundam markers on this. You can get some black, get some dark blue, get some red, and you'll be good. About 10 whole polycaps. So once again, that's great. The white again looks mostly the same as the original, except for you have these things for the waist thrusters, and it does look like there's just in general a little bit like more complex machinations here going on. We got the white parts for the shoulder, we got the different things for the side of the face, and then you got the inner frame. And there we are. That's it. You get 3 runners. Like actually literally 3 runners for this kit. So it's probably going to go together like a dream. It's probably going to pose like a dream. It's probably just going to be, in general, a dream. Here are the instruction manuals. It was brought to my attention that the instructions are in English. They actually have little translations next to all the little tips that you usually can't read because they're all in Japanese. But, it says, like, make a decision which one you want to do. It says compatible with Action Base 2 sold separately. So I guess they're making an effort to give this a little bit more traction here now that the dub is on Toonami, which is still going on for season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet. Shame on me, but maybe I'll do that while I'm building this. So let's get going. So here he is, the Barbatos Lupus. I was building it and I was like, boy, I'm building the Barbatos again. But in this thing's defense, basically the entire mold is new. I can't speak for the 6th form because I didn't build that, but I did go back and compare the runners. Almost everything is different to some extent. You can see the limbs are like a whole lot longer, but that said, it is basically the same building experience. Like, if you enjoyed building the Barbatos or any Iron-Blooded Orphans kit, for that matter, this thing is great. I can't really fault it for being a similar design because that's the whole gimmick of this. It's the Gundam frame. So, if you're okay with that, do it because it looks really good. So we're going to go up close and talk about what's going on inside this thing. Here's the dude in close. So we're going to talk about the accessories. Here they are. It's a sword mace, I guess. It's not really a sword. Our friend Andy pointed out it is a cricket bat. And so I don't know what's going on with this guy in his free time. Maybe got to hit the cricket pitch out there on Mars. So that's good. In all seriousness, it's soft plastic. It is 2 pieces. It looks nice. It has some good details. And he can hold it. That's that. It can also attach back here. And I guess you can call that a feature. But while I'm here, it also gives you these 2 arms that you can connect to the backpack again to have these things like actually come out. Just like it did on the original with the cannon. But like, I don't really see the point of having the bat attached here, like on this weird little arm. Like, see, it's implemented well, but I understood the point of it with the like long bore cannon that the original Barbatos came from, but like, I don't understand why he would need like, I don't know, but you can do that. So that's the accessory. And other than that, it comes with 2 hands, which let me just get this back in there. You get these hands, which I don't know how well you can see it, but they're at a slightly, like I'm holding it straight and it has that angle down so that he can be like holding the bat out in dynamic action. So it comes with a hand like that for each side, and that's it. So accessories, I guess, would be a weak point here, but for the price, you get what you pay for. Now, before I get into talking about the articulation, I also want to talk about just like the overall look of this thing. You may notice I did something I usually don't do, which is panel line. I built the original Barbatos and I looked at it and I was like, this is fine without panel lines. But when I finished this, it looked like a vast expanse of just emptiness because it's so tall and so lanky that when you build it at first, it's like, whew, it needs help. It's very blank. And so I just did this with a gray Gundam marker, and it took me approximately like all of 10 minutes, and you can see just how much it makes it pop. There's so much more detail on here than there initially is when you take it out, so just like utilize fine lines. This is gray, but you could do black if you wanted to pop it out a little bit more. But other than that, now we're going to talk about the articulation. There's one thing that I want to point out that does get in the way, and I feel like it could have been implemented better. I'm going to take the arm off so you can see. Right here, you can see this little point that comes up right here, and it actually comes out a little bit this way. So yes, it does get in the way of the shoulder. You can see, like, if I'm trying to move it this way, it doesn't move unless you first articulate the shoulder out and up and then back. And even then, it still gets caught on some of the mechanisms. So that is, I will mark it down for that. But at the same time, once you figure it out, it's easy enough to work around. It's just a little bit, you got to be a little bit more careful when you're messing with the arm. And then also with the arm, you might notice the seam line right here. I can almost fit my fingernail in there. No matter what I do, and I clean the nubs like very carefully, it does not close more than this. So I don't know, you might need to shave something else down like a little bit more past what you're supposed to. You might want to get rid of the seam line. It's tough to get rid of that. So that also kind of a downer, but those are the only two things that I have to, mark it off for. So we're just going to start from the top. Head, got good, very good back and forth despite this collar being here. Arms, once you move them out, they can get all the way around. Really good out, really good double joint, or almost double joint up. Now there is also this like weird gimmick in the shoulder that allows you to actually pull this part out. For some reason, I'm not quite sure, and it gets like this crazy range of motion. I guess that's so that you can get it out of the way if you have him like swinging like wild with his cricket bat, like he's going for the cricket equivalent of a home run. I don't know. So there's that. That's the upper body right there. The torso swivel, of course, because he has tiny little waist, is fine. It goes back and forth. See what I'm talking about with the collar being a problem with the arms, though. So once I get this back in here we go. Now there are these boosters on the waist. These are also very loose because this mold was intended for like tiny little side skirts, and as you can see, these are not tiny little side skirts. But even if they do come off sometimes, very easy to put back on, very easy to articulate. Don't really like the stickers on them. That's okay. Get a blue Gundam marker. You'll be fine. The front skirts, you can cut them so that you can get really good front kick once to get his heel up in someone's face. And then you got pretty good back kick. Really good ankle articulation, as always, because it has that disc in there, so you can do this, very uncomfortable, but, very posable. And, there's just really good action. Like it's very solid, it's very posable, and it's just like you can do basically whatever you want with this because like, hey now, like his limbs are very loosely connected, but the good thing is it doesn't look unnatural unless you have him doing things like this. So I guess it's impressive that things like this can be done. Take that as you will. So, as I mentioned, a couple articulation limitations aside, this is just very nice. It's very affordable, it is very posable, it is very, there's a lot of great panel lining opportunities, so in the end it is very detailed. And a lot of people are asking, what's a good cheap high grade? And previously, the high grades that you were limited to for this price were the Zaku 2 from, the early 2000s. And if you're looking at a comparable price point to that, there's no question that this is just so excellent, and it just goes to show how far they have gone and how far they continue to go. And the Iron-Blooded Orphans kit line of kits it really continues to impress me, even if this might be very, very similar to the Form 6. Like I said, I haven't built it, and it is ultimately utilizing the same frame. It still ends up great. Nothing feels crowbarred. It just is here, and it's good. It is a shame that they sell two key things with those underarm guns that they're even ports here for in an option set, but what are you going to do with the yen price for this thing? You get what you can reasonably expect, and I recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little foray into the new season of IBO. We look forward to bringing more kits from this season, and hopefully they continue to be this good. Thank you to Marsh Sound for all the great music we put over the spinny bass shots. This is slightly out of order. You should check out the rest of our videos. You can check out 2 specifically right here. You should like the video if you liked it. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about character biases that you have in Iron-Blooded Orphans, all that good stuff. And subscribe to our channel to get more reviews every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Other than that, we will see you next time.